Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have games at home against Blyth and away against Bromley. As you can see, following the game against Cheltenham, we did pretty well for those first three matches. Three good wins by 2 goals in each match, but then we came face to face with Southend, who were also unbeaten at that point, and we got absolutely battered in that game. We created very little in the match, and every single player's performance was very poor. Hopefully, we can get improved performances today against Blyth and Bromley. Blyth have had a reasonable start to their first season in the National League, currently sat in 15th place, and Bromley are sat just behind us in the playoff places. Southend, the league leaders at the moment, following their absolutely smashing of our side. So here we go, hoping for a better result today. Like I say, we've got Green in goal, Powell, Forbes, Ronnie and Hanks at the back with O'Reilly, McCoy-Splat, McGlinchey and Ryan in midfield with Idoze and Cibulski up front. One of the wins that we had, by the way, against Hampton and Richmond, we won 3-1 and we had 2 red cards in that game. We actually finished the game with 9 men and I think overall we had 10 bookings as well. It was an absolutely ridiculous match and I have no idea how it even came about. We've been very good for the most part this season in terms of our disciplinary stuff, but for some reason in that game everything went to pot. But today we need much better performances following that debacle against Southend. Hopefully we can get off to a good start in this game against Blyth. Like I say, it was just that Southend game that we were poor. The other games we played really well. We created plenty of chances. Cibulski, Idoze and Ume have all been playing quite well, but that game against Southend, they were starved of any kind of service and we were poor all the way round. Hanks here to Cibulski. Looking to play it into the penalty area. Neil finds Gamble. Ryan plays it back to Idoze. It's a little bit of a pinball at the moment. McGlinchey finds McCoy splat in a bit of space. Looks over the top to that left hand side for O'Reilly. Plays it inside here to Aaron Powell. Looks to play it into the penalty area. It's just about cleared by Whitehall. But the move continues here with Forbes. Looking over the top here. Sykes with the clearance. O'Reilly gets onto it. Tries to fire it in and it's cleared away again. And Brookwell, McGlinchey does really well to get into that. I thought it was going to be a counter-attack there. And it could still well be. Gamble and Malin exchanging passes and now Neil. Again looking over the top and Forbes manages to get onto it quite comfortably. Cibulski with the header on and here is Idoze in space. Oh, it's a dreadful finish. He's got to be hitting the target there. He's looked very good so far, Idoze, when he's been playing, but that is a very poor finish. Well done to Cibulski for the setting up of the game of the chance though. And Gamble here with a free kick. Looks to play it in, it's just over the crossbar. It clipped it on its way over and it remains 0-0. Forbes so far with the best performance on our side in the opening 25 to half an hour, and hopefully we can create a few more chances as the game goes on. Hanks with the throw into McGlinchey, back into Hanks, plays it into the penalty area and Cibulski wins the header. That is why he is our target forward. He's 6'6", like I say, and that is a very good goal to have scored. And Hanks, by the way, is normally a centre-back for us, but he can play at right-back, and with the injury that we had last time out to Ling, we are having to rely on him a little bit. Owusu Gimya isn't good enough really to be playing at this level just yet, but we need him as a squad player anyway, unfortunately, so we've got to make do with what we have. Sykes losing out to Idoze, really good tenacity there from Idoze to get the ball back for us as O'Reilly does well to find him on the underlap there. Malin into Whitehall. Now Neil. Just holding on to the ball a bit better now, Blyth Spartans. Walker does well to find Chiabi, and Chiabi strikes. It's quite a way over. Not entirely sure what Lawton Green was doing there, but it remains 1-0. And it's quite an even game, to be fair. We've had 5 attempts with the one on target. They've had 4 with the one on target. Possession is quite even, but I'm quite happy to see that we're not having the disciplinary issues that we have had previously. I'll let the lads know not to be too complacent out there. We need to be really on point in these games, especially at 1-0. And we have got the quality, I think, now to win games with good comfort. We've proved that in the opening few matches of the campaign as they just clipped the crossbar again there, Blyth Spartans, from a set piece. We were very poor defending set pieces, I might add, against Southend. 3 of their goals were from corners and we were extremely poor. They absolutely dominated us in that area of the pitch as Walker gets onto it here. Hanks does well, finds Ryan, now Cibulski. holds on to it well and plays it back to McGlinchey. Looks over the top here. Damani Ryan did well to win it, but his header couldn't get it into the penalty area enough, and Farman with a comfortable claim. Blyth Spartans look to charge forward here. The keeper's made a huge kick there, and it's gone straight through to Lawton Green, who delivers it forward himself, and Idozi's got straight onto it, and that is a brilliant finish from Thomas Idozi. What a ball over the top from Lawton Green. We normally aim for the target man, Cebulski, of course, but that is a brilliant Route 1 goal between Lawton Green and Thomas Idozi. We have a 2-goal lead here, and we are back to winning ways by the looks of things. Damani Ryan charging down this right hand side into Cebulski. Has support and finds McGlinchey. Plays it forward. Damani Ryan just about keeping it in there and whips it in, looking for Cebulski. Or Idozi. It's come to O'Reilly, and it took a couple of deflections and it fell for Bartosz Cebulski, and it's 3-0 now. It doesn't matter how they go in, just that they do, and Cebulski is looking quite good up front for us at that target forward role. We've just got to make sure we keep him fit. Ume is capable of playing that role as well, but with the form that Cebulski is in and the fact that he's such a big striker, I think that he is going to be vital to the success that we may have this season. We are going to have to make a couple of changes. As you can see, fitness is a bit of a concern going into these last 20 minutes. And I mean, Cebulski's on a hat-trick. I don't want to bring him off, but I don't want to risk him either, so he is going to come off. McGlinchey's struggling for fitness, so Maroney is going to come on for him. And I think we'll bring Okocha on for Forbes as well. We've had very good defensive performances today. Cebulski was on a hat-trick. I can't risk him. He's such a vital player for us, I think, this season, that Ume comes on as that target forward. It's important that Ume gets game time in either role, same as Idozi, but Ume is 6'1", and he's much stronger than Cebulski, but at the same time, he's just as natural a finisher, so hopefully he can do well in that role. We've actually had less chances overall than Blyth, and we've had less shots on target as well, but we've converted our chances, which they haven't, and this is where the difference is going to be. The fact that we've got quality up front now is going to make a massive difference, as Ryan almost found Idozi there. Okocha gets in there, and McCoy Splat looks over the top. That's a brilliant pass, and Damani Ryan's in behind, and Ume has managed to score there. It's 4-0, and we've done really well here to return from that heavy defeat against Southend last time out. And I'm really happy. We've actually got 3 goal scoring strikers. Last season, as you know, we really struggled with our strikers. They couldn't get goals, no matter how hard we tried. And Callum Marshall ended up, I think it was Callum Marshall, he ended up our top scorer for the season with 18 or 19 goals in the end. But we just couldn't find something that we could stick to in terms of formation or anything like that. This is certainly working for us at the moment. That is a massive win against the promoted side Blyth Spartans. And we look ahead to the game against Bromley, who have dropped right down to 9th place. And by the looks of things, yeah, they got beat 1-0 by Crawley, who are in... I wasn't aware Crawley were in our division. They've made some big signings over the summer as well, I might add. But that is a good result for us, and we continue to push ourselves up the table a little bit. And it's always going to be tough. But I'm looking at the way the league table's looking. We're sat in the playoffs. Obviously, it's very early doors yet. The board wants us to attempt to avoid relegation, so they think we're in for a relegation fight again this season. But I think with the signings we've made, I think we could very comfortably finish mid-table this season. We've had a very good start. I'm not expecting playoffs. If we can get anywhere near them, it will be a phenomenal campaign, to be honest. And I think we'll do okay. Like I say, I think clearly Southend are going to be the team to beat. 5 wins out of 5. So far, 4 wins out of 5 for us, and we've got all players in form in terms of our strikers for the most part. But there's some big teams in this league, and we are going to struggle at times, I think. So we'll move on. Anyway, we'll go to the away game against Bromley. It's in a week's time, so I'll just pass through that week off camera, and then hopefully when we come back for the Bromley game, we'll be ready and raring to go, and hopefully we'll get another really good result. Such a contrast from last season though, because we were so poor last time out, and we're already in a position where I genuinely think after 10-15 games, we could have at least half the number of points that we ended up with in total last season, which is quite a bit mental, to be honest. But we'll see how we get on, and we'll be back shortly for the game away at Bromley. Okay guys, here we go for the away game against Bromley. Hopefully we can continue in the way that we left out in the previous game against Blyth Spartans. We played really well in that game and hopefully, like I say, we can continue in that manner against Bromley. We don't actually have a good record against Bromley. We've played them twice previously so far in this Sunday Leeds Champions League series. We've lost both of them. So they are a team that we do struggle against, but we are a much better side now, as it would appear. So hopefully we can do well today. McConville is back in the side today after being on international duty. We've got Green in goal with Powell, Forbes, McConville and Ling at the back. O'Reilly, Ronnie, McGlinchey and Ryan in midfield with Ume and Cebulski partnering up front. Edozie takes a place on the bench today. We are going to have to rotate those two quite regularly, Ume and Edozie. Both of them are playing quite well so far, but we need Cebulski playing in that target forward role. And you saw last time out just how important he was. So we've got to protect him at all costs in that manner. We've got to really push on, and if we get a good result here against Bromley, because they beat us convincingly both times that we played them previously, so if we get a good result today, it shows how much improved we've managed to get this side ready for this campaign. And hopefully, like I say, quick start will do as well. Ling with the throw there, it's poor, and Reynolds gets it clear. McConville now plays it forward further again, and Ume was challenging, but Berry coming out and making a very good claim there for Bromley. He just holds on to it and looks to deliver forward. Coker is attacking it, but McGlinchey is first to it. But his clearance only finds Creswell, and Taylor has got in behind, and Taylor has scored. Very poor defensively from us, and Kyle Taylor opens the scoring for Bromley here. Very poor performing defensively there, and it was Forbes, I don't know which one I'm going to call him yet. He was the one that let him in. And Bromley have made a very quick start to this game, and they have a very good lead to start the game off. They also almost made it 2-0 there from that set piece, but fortunately it went over the bar. We're doing quite well in possession so far, but again, not creating too much at the moment. But we have got a free kick here with Ling to take. He aims it towards our target man, and it's ended up with Ronnie here out wide, and Ronnie strikes, and it's a brilliant save from Berry to touch it onto the crossbar. It remains 1-0, but that was an absolutely phenomenal save from him. It remains 1-0, and O'Reilly comes out to take this corner, plays it in. Forbes couldn't quite get it in, and it's cleared away, but only as far as Ling. And now Ronnie into McGlinchey. Forbes into Ronnie again. McGlinchey, Ronnie. We're holding on to the play nicely here. McConville looking over the top. Ume couldn't challenge, and Nilsson, who was a player that we had our eye on at right back, by the way, he ended up signing for Bromley instead, and he managed to get it away. Free kick in a dangerous area here, and Kyle Taylor will whip this in. He's taken a deflection, it's off the crossbar, and Ronnie manages to clear. And we are very, very much struggling to get a grip in this game at the moment. It remains 1-0, so we are in with an opportunity still, but it's not looking too promising for us at the moment. Bromley are definitely the better team, and we are going to demand more here in this first half, I think, if it continues in this manner. McLean looks over the top. Forbes does well to clear. Cebulski wins the header, finds Ronnie, and now Ume into Forbes. Ume's made the run forward. He wasn't found, but Ronnie does look over the top, and Ume might be offside here. He's controlled it well and finished superbly. He was offside in a previous game, a similar goal to that, but it looks like it's actually counted. It's a phenomenal finish by Ume, and the goal does count. It was a brilliant assist from Joshua Ronnie there, and we are level. Brilliant strike from Franco Ume. He's also just been booked. But we're back in the game. Yes, Bromley have been the better side in terms of chance creation, but we've been the better side in terms of possession as well. We're looking reasonable. Oh my word, not this again. We had a game, I've mentioned it previously, didn't I? We had 2 red cards and 9 yellow cards, and we've had 4 yellow cards in the space of 10 minutes in this match. And both of our strikers are yellow carded, our right winger and central midfielder, so we've got to be very careful in this second half. And I fear that we might end up with a red card in this game. We've got Ali Hayder on the bench, Andy Dozie, so both strikers could come off. And we've also got McGlinchey on a yellow card in central midfield, but we haven't got a midfielder on the bench. So we've got to be very careful in this second half. But so far, we're not looking too bad. It's been very quiet this second half. Bromley is still absolutely dominating the proceedings here. We're going to demand more, and we are going to make some substitutions, I think, here. We've had another yellow card, this time to centre-back Forbes, and he is definitely going to be the one to come off here for Okocha. And, oh my word, I mean, this is ridiculous in terms of actual yellow cards. I think Edozie is going to come on for our goal scorer, Ume. I mean, both strikers are on a yellow card. I think we'll bring him on for Cybulski, actually, and we'll push Ume back to the target forward. Like I say, we need to protect Cybulski. If we get a red card with him, our way of playing does falter slightly. And I think we'll bring Ali Haider on as well. And we'll put him wide right. He's not a winger at all. But I think in this situation, in fact, I think what we'll actually do is we'll put Edozie out there. He is quicker than Ali Haider, and we'll put Ali Haider up front. And hopefully the pace of Edozie will work well for us out on that right hand side. But with only 2 shots on target so far, and we're not creating a lot of chances, it's all Bromley here, and it remains 1-1. We're going to demand more again. I know we've got players playing out of position, but hopefully we can just do something. And it still remains 1-1. Topoloj with the throw into Kyle Taylor. Bromley deserved to win this game, and Creswell was at the far post there. We need to get out to them, and Alpha's there, and he's put it over the crossbar, luckily for us. It remains 1 apiece, but we are really struggling to get through this game. And the fact that we're fighting to a draw is, to be quite honest, in my mind, is good. It shows that we're capable of holding our own, even though we're against the run of play. Bromley absolutely battered us there. We've laboured to a 1-1 draw. And, I mean, yeah, well done. We've avoided defeat, but that was not a convincing performance at all there. And we need to be better than that. That really, really good goal from Ume has saved us. And Powell, again, another poor performance from the left back. But we've not got many options out there. We've got him and Ezanolim, who hasn't had a look in so far this season. But it's a bit of a struggle. And in terms of actual players and player quality, I think we're doing okay. But I think there's just a little bit of hoo-ha to sort out with some of them. And it's proven to be a little bit of an issue. We've had consecutive poor performances from 1 or 2 of the players, especially after that heavy defeat to Southend. A lot of players played poorly in that game. Powell was one of them, and yes, he was better last time out, but yeah, we've got to be a bit better than that. Kyle Taylor absolutely dominated us in that game. I mean, he's a very good attacking midfielder, as you can see. He's got striking options, to be quite honest, with his finishing and composure, and he did well against us there. And I'll take the 1-1 draw, to be honest. Considering how much better Bromley were on the day, I will take the draw. And we move on to the next match, which is against Halifax. In terms of the next episode, Yeovil, I think, were one of the teams that got relegated. Yes, they were. So Yeovil got relegated last time out. We'll miss Dulwich Hamlet out because we did play them last season, I think, in an episode. So we'll have Yeovil at home and Boreham Wood away. And there is an FA... Well, actually, we might... Yeah, Yeovil at home, Boreham Wood away. We'll see what happens for the FA Cup qualifier as well. And then we'll probably come back in the middle of November from there and see how we get on. Until next time, guys, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Please like and subscribe. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time for those games against Aldershot. Sorry, I selected them there. Against Yeovil and Boreham Wood. And I will see you all next time. Like I say, this is Big Will, signing away.